Hello and welcome back to the Think Tank. I'm Pastor Devin and I'm so glad you're joining us tonight. And today I want to talk to you about, yesterday in church we started our next book of the Bible that we're going to be studying. It's the book of Ruth. It's a really interesting book. If you got time, go ahead and read it. It's only 4 chapters, take you about 7 minutes. I mean, it's not a whole lot of time to do that. But it's an amazing story about God's love in our lives. And here's the thing, the book starts out with this famine in the land that's going on. And the whole book is centered around this famine caused something to happen that allowed this book to be written. And why do I say that? Because, there's a lot of times where disaster comes into our lives. Right now we're dealing with a pandemic. Sometimes we have a disaster in our family. Sometimes it's a financial disaster. Sometimes it's a personal disaster or a disaster in relationships. And we go through these things and we go, why am I going through all this? Lord, you love me. Why are you doing this? And even if you're not a Christian, you might know some friends out there who go through similar problems and they don't even know Jesus. Boy, how are they making it through everything? Because sometimes us as Christians, we go, man, I don't know if I'm going to make it. Is Jesus really in love with me? Well, the interesting thing you got to understand is everybody in the world goes through some type of issue, stressor in their life that they think they can't handle. That's just part of being human. You say, well, why does God allow this? Because here's the thing, and the great thing about the story of Ruth is Ruth in the first chapter, she goes, I know what's all going on, but you know what? Your people will be my people, and your God will be my God, and wherever you go, that's where I will go, and wherever you die, I will die. And it's an amazing 2 verses, Ruth chapter 1, 16 and 17. But where Ruth says, you know what? I have clung on to Jesus. I've clung on to God, the God of Israel. I am going to hold on no matter what. That's an amazing step of faith because of all the things that were against her and Naomi. The book starts off with. As they go through the book, you'll see that. But then God does something amazing. Why? Because you know what? It's not the famine that's the problem. There's always going to be something that happens to us. It's how we react to that shows us, are we truly in love with God and trust Him with everything that we have? Or do we go, God, hey, I need you right now, and then when it's over, I'm going to go do my own thing again. You see, it's showing us that we truly trust God in the good times and the bad times. And here's the great thing with your God all the time. Even when it seems bad, God can make a difference between those who love Him and those who don't. Because He wants to show the world, hey, if you love me, yeah, things are going to happen. But guess what? You'll be protected. You'll be provided for. You won't have any worries at all. And that's hard to do when we got all this noise around us and all these pressures coming in. God says He wants to take the pressure off of you. And so I want you today just to realize that if you're going through something, hey, say, God, hey, that's okay to be wondering. It's okay to have these feelings. Okay, you're human. It doesn't make you bad. But say, God, you know what? I love you and I trust you and I hope you'll get me through this. And here's the thing, God will get you through it. The key is staying with God the whole way. A lot of Christians begin the journey. You'll see another sister in the Bible in this story in Ruth, Orpah. She begins the journey, but then she turns back. You know what? You will never know what the end destination will be unless you go through the entire situation, unless you go on the entire journey. You know what? God says the end is always better than the beginning. Now, He doesn't say that the middle will be all pie in the sky. No, it could be some things you go through, but you know what? God is there with you, and He won't let that affect you because He loves you, and He wants to show everybody how much He loves you by how you go through the things. And you might say, well, I don't see God moving. That's okay. Sometimes it's better for you not to see what God's doing. And just let God do what He's going to do. And then see at the end how it all comes together. When you get to the other side, you go, boy, I'm glad I went on that journey. So I encourage you today to do that today. And then stand tall with Jesus. And you know what? He will back you up. And then those around you will go, wow, there's something about you. You can say, no, it's not about me. Because I'm in love with Jesus. And Jesus is in love with me. And remember, as always, that Jesus loves you, I love you, and you are awesome.